Ow, 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 ow. Hello, hello, welcome. It is Minecraft The Journey, episode 12. Minecraft The Journey is the amazing Let's Play Minecraft survival series where we're playing Minecraft all the way from the earliest development versions right up until the current release. Whatever version the current release will be by the time we get there, who knows, but we're going to get there slowly but surely. And in this series, we look at all of the different changes and features that get added throughout the different versions of the game, and we're also trying to preserve our world as well. So one of the challenges with preserving the world is the amount of changes to the terrain engine going on at the moment. In the last episode, we went for an explore, we went along this way, and out here is a new ocean and a beach, sort of a coastline. The changes to the terrain engine in that version were that everything is more continent-based. It's more like the terrain engine is now trying to link land masses with oceans, and that's pretty cool. But for every terrain engine tweak that they make, they leave these. Let's go and have a look. Oh, ow. These are big seams in the world where we have old world terrain generation and new world terrain generation. And in the last episode we went looking for this, but we couldn't really see one because the terrain was fairly seamless except for a few obvious things, but there was no sheer cliff face like this. Now this is probably going to be one of the most ugliest things we have to deal with in this series, because as we explore new areas we're going to be generating new chunks, and then as we come back to those areas in later versions and generate even more chunks when there have been terrain engine tweaks, they're going to be just like this, but maybe worse. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And what happens when biomes are introduced? Right now we just have one biome. It's this. It's the green one with all of the trees, and that's it. That's everything we have. So I'm going to head back to spawn, which is over this way, and I think we've covered everything we need to in the current version that we're running, 2010-06-11. And we're going to jump up a couple of versions now. And you know what? We're getting very, very close to the end of the Dev phase of Minecraft. And very soon now, we're going to be hitting alpha. And that's going to be really exciting. So let's head back to spawn and then we'll check out what's new. Oh, thank goodness I have just made it home. I actually got turned around out there because I was on unfamiliar terrain and it got very, very dark, so I didn't really have a sense of direction until I looked at the moon and figured out which way it was setting, and then figured out that if I just head this way, I would make my way back towards home. And thus, I did. But I've come back home so that we can upgrade to the next version, didn't I? So let's get on with that. We are home again. It's Dev 2010-06-15. Look at that, a sapling just dropped on the ground. That means that leaf decay is back in the game, and something up here has decided that it needs to drop some leaves. Here as well. So we need to keep our eye on that and see what actually happens, because, it looks like it's happening all over the place. This could be a problem, because maybe Minecraft is having some difficulty detecting the trees. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. In fact, let's just head up here to this platform up here. Maybe we should just watch the world for a while and see what happens. I've been watching that for a little while now, and it seems to have settled down. And I think what was going on there is that when leaf decay happens, it detects a leaf block and then checks to see how close it is to a log. And if it's out of the range of a log, then the game thinks that the leaf needs to decay and it will eventually just disappear and maybe drop a sapling. So I suspect that these bigger these bigger trees have got some leaf blocks which were out of range of the trunks, and that's why we saw some of them disappear. But I wanted to keep an eye on it because I had a feeling that my entire area was just going to reduce itself all the way down to just stumps and trunks and branches with no leaves at all. And that would have made me very sad because it wouldn't look nice at all. But I'm glad that it hasn't happened. Well, now that we've cleared up the issue with these trees, let's go inside and do some investigation work. Over here we should have some iron. I've already got some on me. We've got something added to this game. It's a bucket. Let's make 2 buckets because we need to capture 2 different things. First, let's go out here and get some water, and I'm keen to see what happens with all of this water. Oh, it takes the entire source and doesn't put it back. That's interesting. So if I put that back, it's okay. Let's get that from the bottom of the ocean where no one's gonna even notice. All right. So let's come over here somewhere and find a space where we can do some experiments. Oh, and it's getting dark again. Well, if it's going to be nighttime for a while, why don't we head down into the hobbit hole and use our other bucket? Ow, 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 ow. Well, we've made it to the bottom of the world. Because look down here. The bottom of the world, if you remember from, quite a while back now, the last world we had before we had to move to this new survival format, the alpha level format, the bottom of the world was made up of lava. So if I just scoop that up, look at that. I've got a hot bucket full of lava. I don't want to put it down anywhere just yet because I don't want to die, but I do want to head up to the surface now and we can do some experiments with both of our water and our lava. As I was waiting for the night to pass, a creeper came and exploded the entrance to the hobbit hole, so we really have to patch this up and make it look better. I decided to install a door just to make my life that little bit easier, but then I realized now we have the perfect spot to do our experiments. So let's first have a look at the water, because the things that have changed in this episode is the introduction of the bucket, and obviously the ability to pick up the water, as we saw before, and the lava, but also that we have flowing water. Oh, look at that. It's all cubey, isn't it? I mean, in modern Minecraft, it's triangular in shape when it joins up at these. So this looks actually pretty cool, pretty different. Let's pick up that water again. Oh, and there it goes. Let's see what the lava looks like. Ready? Okay, lava should spread. Spreads in the same way, a lot slower than the water. But yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. So I think what we'll have to do is leave one of these out and wait and see when these convert from squares into prisms or into triangles. But for the moment, let's just pop over here. I want to now see what happens if we put some water in the corner. I can't because the lava is already occupying that square. So what happens if I put the water up here? Down it flows. Oh, you hear that? Something's happening, but nothing visual. Definitely interaction between the two substances here. Let's get ourselves organized and see if we can do something a little bit more scientific. Well, this is interesting. I picked up the lava with the bucket, but the lava seems to have gone down by a level in the corner over here, but not actually stopped flowing. I wonder if... Let's see what blocks I have. Sand will do the job nicely. Maybe I have to replace the block. But look, this lava should be disappearing. But it's not. That's a weird quirk. You saw the water disappear. Maybe that's a bug. So I think I'm going to have to fill this in now just to get rid of this lava. Oh, nope, there it goes. I wonder what's causing that. So if I get rid of that, these two should go. But if I get rid of this one... Oh, I've run out of blocks. Let's just use the cobble. What is causing that? This one? Do you go? No? Now you go. Yes? Yeah, both. That's a weird little bug. Alright then, back to the science. Here we have our water bucket. Now the water should flow 8 blocks, just as we expect it to, like it does in modern Minecraft. I think the lava only flows 4, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and put the lava here, it should flow in both directions, but that's okay. Now, does it interact with the water here, or does it just stop? It seems to just stop. Okay, that's interesting. Now, let's pick up that lava again. You'll see that it's behaving the same way as before. You can pick up the lava, but it seems to just pick up one source. Well, we now know that the lava will flow 4 blocks. So what if we just bring this in 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we place the lava here, it should flow all the way up until this square. And I'm curious to see what happens when we get that into interactivity now. Nothing. It's almost like the water just acts as a natural barrier. So if I pick up the water and all of it disappears, will this lava now flow? Yes, it will. Oh, and it's going even more blocks. Okay, so the lava actually flows 8 blocks. I just assumed that it flowed 4 because in modern Minecraft it flows less. So that's very interesting. If we put the water back now, nothing. They don't seem to interact with each other except for that situation where I had put the water source block on top of the lava. So let's try that. In fact, let's just make it exactly like this. I need to get my water. There I am, making my own sound effects because it doesn't have any yet. And let's put the water on top. Absolutely nothing. How interesting. So I guess that interactivity is still yet to come. For now, it's not going to do anything. Ah, I'm on fire, I'm on fire. Someone put me out, put me out. Ah! Well, that was lucky. I was just doing some experiments here. Kids at home, don't experiment with lava unless you've got an adult around. Jeez. Okay, let's fill in this hole. We need to set up a couple more experiments before we move on. I'll tell you what, one of the most frustrating things about this version is the lack of beds, because it means that I have to wait the nights out before I can record. Or if I'm out in the wilderness, it gets very, very dark very quickly. Okay. So earlier we were trying with this water. We had water flowing over flowing lava and we got some sizzling sounds. So we seem to have replicated what we had over there in the little hole before. But no sizzling sounds. Come on, make some noise. No, nothing. Okay, let me just try something like this. That's really weird. Okay. I can't pick it up because I'm pointing at the wrong block. Let's come over here. There we go. Okay. Well, I think we've learned all that we can about the lava and the water for the time being. This might make some interesting lighting, come to think of it, but we can do that a little bit later. So what I might do is just set up one more little experiment so that when we... Oh, did you see that lagginess? So that when we upgrade to the next version, we can see if the water and the lava will continue to stay apart or if they'll just magically start to interact. So let me set that up and then we're going to upgrade. I've set up this little experiment outside of my house. This is basically water and lava touching and joining at the middle here, but not doing anything. So I'm keen to see what happens when we upgrade through these next versions. See if this changes and see maybe if the water tries to interact with the lava, or what we will probably do is put a block here and then take it away just like that. And then, exactly that. See what happens between these two particular substances, or liquids, I should say. Now, let's upgrade to the next version and... Oh, before we do that, there's one more thing that I've forgotten that was introduced in this version. And that has to do with flowing water. Apparently flowing water will now cause items to move. It's very, very slow, but look at that. Items are now moving. Oh, so this is cool. You can use this now to do some rudimentary collection systems where you could come down at the end of the water stream like this. Have some items up here that go into the water and then come down here at the end and wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. And there you go. You've gathered the items. Cool. New mechanics to play with when we build some machines later on. Oh, look at the color of that red lava. Well, we can definitely see here that the texture of the lava has changed, or I should say the shape of the lava has changed. Now here, this lava and this water are still just marrying up there nice and happily, and they'll probably stay that way forever, no doubt. This was my little thing for standing on. Now, we are in version 2010-06-17-2, and there was actually one version in between which we couldn't upgrade to because I don't have a copy of the jar file for that, so we had to skip over a couple, which is a real shame because there are quite a few new things added to this version. One, flowing water and lava is now angular, as you can see from here and here, so that's pretty awesome. Oh, excuse me. Are you just making noises for no reason? I think so. The other thing that was added... Okay, now this is interesting. I guess the world is trying to plug a few holes. I guess I picked up a water source block from here or here at some point, and now I've caused some problems. There was a lag spike there as well. I did pick up some water from the bottom of the ocean at one point, or the bottom of this lake. I do want to see what happens when I do that. I'd really like to fill in that gap. I sort of put that gap there so that the mobs would be less encouraged to walk across that path, but they don't seem to... There we go. I haven't seen them do it or not do it yet, so I'm not sure if it's working. There we go. So that's all full. Let's just get one more bucket of water and there's a cave under there, or a hole. Probably creeper holes. Most of them are. Let's see if I can fill this one in. No, I don't seem to be able to. Maybe what I need to do is unfortunately do something like this, where I put some blocks, put the source block back, and then get rid of these blocks. Ugly, but it did the job. Okay, now I need to have a bit of a look over the release notes and figure out what I'm going to do in this new version of Minecraft, because as I said, there's quite a bit added, especially caves. We're definitely going to go out and find some of those caves very, very soon. So let me have a quick look and then we will come right back. Oh gosh. Okay. That's my little spawning block. Okay. Remember, don't carry lava when you go and open a door. All it does is place the lava. Well done. I think I scooped it up. Yes, I did. So all of my items are recoverable. Oh, thank goodness for that. Look at this. It's just chunk borders everywhere. Chunks, 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 chunks. So I need to keep going because I think I've hit the second version of the terrain generation. Here are even more chunks. You can see them here and up there as well. Maybe it's out this way. This looks like oceans again, doesn't it? So I'm going to keep going, and I'm not sure if I'm going to find a cave or if I have to dig down and then encounter a cave. I'm just going to have to wait and see. And one other thing, when I said I headed off in easterly direction, I meant west. But hey-ho, doesn't matter. I'll tell you what, working in these older versions isn't without its problems. I mean, when it gets to nighttime, it's difficult to record because I need to have light in order to be able to show what I'm doing. But at the same time, there are no beds, so I can't sleep the night away, which is a real shame. One other thing that I have been noticing through these nights is, I mentioned it previously, it's the lack of hostile mob spawning. And I'm really not sure what's going on here, whether this is a bug or something else. If we go into the options, the difficulty is set to hard, and the options are peaceful, easy, normal, and hard. So one would think, based on that hostile mobs should spawn. And if it becomes a continuing problem, then it could be a very big problem, because we're going to need hostile mobs in order to play the game properly. And if there aren't any, well, that's going to be a problem. So if I have to do any kind of fix, I'm going to have to research it and see what I have to do. It's morning again, and I can record again. I'm sick of waiting the nights away. But look over here, look what I found. Flowers. That means we're definitely in New World Generation now, because flowers were re-added into the game. It's amazing how many things got added and then taken away and then added and then taken away as the game has taken shape. So we're going to take these home. Maybe we need to spruce up our own area a bit. But look around us. It seems like we've got a lot of water and plenty of little islands as well. There's another island over there, I think, and over here as well. This is a landmass, but it's where some chunk borders are. And down here's a cave. Let's go exploring. I've got one torch, and I didn't bring any wood. Okay, job number one. Let's get some wood. This is the first tree. Where's the rest of that tree trunk? I've never seen a tree with just two trunks before. I was going to say this is the first tree that I've chopped where the leaves will decay on their own, at least in this version. So that... Oh, I see. The tree trunks don't go all the way up into the canopy of the tree. That's really weird. Not what I expected. So this one is a tree with one stump. Okay. Well, we're going to just replant these trees just to make sure that we're doing... Now look at that, that's interesting. I was talking about mob spawns and I'm getting passive mob spawns, but I'm not getting hostile mob spawns. I'm really not too sure what's going on and I don't like it. Okay, where were we? We were going to plant one more sapling or two more saplings. There we go. We've done nature its thing. So, let's make some sticks. I got some coal along the way. Oops, that's not sticks. I got some coal along the way, thankfully, so I was able to make torches. I can't think. I'm too excited about going caving. Okay, let's make a whole stack and one spare. There we go. Let's go. See what we can find. Well, first we have iron and we have coal. I'm going to have to come back for that because I am completely out of these things. Oh, no, that's a lie. I have some coal, but I'm really, really desperately out of iron. Look at this. This is an underwater spring. That's cool. The notes specifically said something about this. Let me just tab out and have a look. It says, fluid block springs can generate underground to make rivers. So that must be a fluid block, as it's called, and this must be a river. Doesn't seem like much of a river. And there's the end of our cave. So that wasn't very exciting for caving. I know that they do get better, but I'm going to have to see if I can find another one. Oh, and there we go. Look at that. Water resistance. We need depth strider. Give me depth strider. I head out a little bit further to one of the neighboring islands to see if I could find any more caves, and I couldn't really find any, so I've been chopping down these trees for logs instead. Well, I said I couldn't find any, but come down here and have a look at this. You can't really call this a cave, can you? This is more like just a hole in the ground. But unfortunately for this episode, we have run out of time. So I want to thank you so much for watching episode 12. And I'm enjoying this series. As you know, I keep saying it. I love making this series and I hope you love watching it too. And if you've enjoyed the content, then please leave me a thumbs up and a comment if you want. Subscribe for more content like this. And there are links down below to my Discord. It's pretty small and quiet right now, but hopefully it'll grow as more people discover my channel and enjoy this series and the other things that I make from time to time. But as I said, that's it. So until the next episode, thank you for watching. This has been BugmanCX. You've been watching Minecraft The Journey. Bye bye.